Hello and welcome back to Locator Gaming. I'm going to continue on playing Descent. So where I left off, I was in Frostgate after completing that mission last time with Kaylee. So I thought we would go through and look at some stuff in the city of Frostgate, check out the events and see what quests we're going to go on. Then I'll try to probably decide who I'm going to play with. I'll throw in a cut, a little pause, get everything set up and come back. But I want to go through the events and see if there's something that leads me to think about who I want to play on the next mission. And I'll zoom in here to the app. So there is an event here, but let's take a peek in the shop. I have like no money. I've only got 5 gold. Had some unfortunate stuff with those treasure chests burning up in the last one. So I don't think I got a whole lot of stuff in the last mission. But let's check out this event. The cool of the night wars against the heat of the forge as Kaylee arranges her limited stock of materials. Her eyes dart between components and tools while she pages through an entire folio of designs. Nay, guilds, what next? Something else? A new beginning. She sets the designs on a shelf and ties on her apron. No matter, she mutters. She unrolls a blank sheet of paper and lifts a stick of charcoal. Not the first time I've had to begin at the beginning. The tall woman and her ridiculous hammer. With swift, broad strokes of her arm and charcoal, new designs begin to emerge. Both could use a bit more finesse, but if she's truly going to take the hits like her shield suggests, we may be able to channel some of that fury into her sword. Craft a piece for the warhammer or the sword. Is this for Bryn or is this for actually Kaylee? The tall woman and her ridiculous hammer, so that must be Bryn. We'll do the warhammer. That seems to be her iconic thing. The following has been added to your inventory to be used later. Tenderizer pommel and the North Rider guard recipe. Okay. Kaylee breathes deep as she sets the first piece aside. She fiddles with the lantern, casting more light on her next design. The fiery birdman, right. Oh, so it looks like she's going to go through for each person. That stick he carries is about as threatening as he is. A wee bit more hunger flowing through its veins might make it more effective. The wand, though. Mayhaps investing hunger when he strikes true would be the better choice. Yes, I want to attack from afar, so let's do the wand. So we got the claw ornament and gold bloom lacing recipe. Kaylee steps outside, gazing at the stars as she wipes down her face and hands. Time for the elf. Never seen a sharper blade than the one he carries in his heart. Keen eyes, keen edge, that one. A bit more reflection on the offhand might help him keep the rest of us in mind, too. But that focus, that determination, it's a weapon, too. Focus on a single point, like an arrow from a bow, could give his bow a feral power of its own, I reckon. I like being able to attack from a distance, but the bow doesn't do so very much damage. We do have an upgraded bow, though. Yeah, that's right. So we were able to buy a new bow. Ooh, that can, if we haven't moved, add 3 successes. Yeah, let's make a piece for the bow. We got the Wildborn string and glass offhand recipe. So I wonder if this is, it's actually crafting a piece for the one I select and giving me a recipe for the one I don't select, maybe? The city is quiet now, the night still. Kaylee strokes the flames and reorganizes her tools. All right, my scaly friend, your turn. The spear is the clearer choice. Reinforcing that haft would bring your enemies in line quick and often. You do like that clamoring bell, though. Perhaps we wait the rear to throw the next rogue even more off kilter. Can I check the feats right now? I can. Attack 2 different enemies with your spear during 1 round. That'll give me a grip. I think I like exclusively used the spear last time. Do we already have a bunch of pieces for the spear, though? I guess would be the other question. Weapon parts for... how can I tell? what it's for. Doesn't tell me what it's for. Oh, those are just recipes. Haft, tail, Ironthorn Warbell. Doesn't really tell me which item it goes on. I think we've got parts for the spear already. Let's try to make the Warbell more attractive. Talon Grip, and we got the superior Haft recipe. The light of the cooling forge is countered by the first hints of dawn. Even while finishing the Dragon Hybrids piece, she prepares her mind and bench for the next, the wily cat. When he gets close with those claws, he's got every advantage. Perhaps if he could open things up for the rest of us with even more claws. Or we simply fix the balance of those knives. Can only imagine what he would do with a proper grip. Yeah, I like the clawed gauntlet. Okay. And then Kaylee considers her array of new creations. Outside, cocks crow and the city awakens. 5, but we're 6. Who am I? She snorts. Of course. Forget me het if it weren't attached. Me own beauties. She hefts her crossbow and hammer onto the bench. She considers modifying her hammer as a reflection of the night, a monument to the knight's task and her future endeavors to equip and empower these new friends. But then she pulls out an old design. Maybe I'd better focus on keeping them alive and commemorate later. A few barbs in these bolts will keep our foes and their blades farther. For her, where's her weapon? During your attack or defense, ignore one die face and add 3 successes, or during your attack, reroll 1 die. The crossbow can take 4 fatigue. The ranged weapons are all only 2 damage, though. That's what I don't really enjoy about all the ranged weapons. And she's going to be kind of tanky and probably up in the front, so we'll do the hammer. Kaylee sits for just a moment, considering her new creations. As the house wakes up behind her, sounds of chatter and conversation filter into her workshop as she falls asleep, a smile on her face. The others find her there a few minutes later, surrounded by a host of treasures and page after page of charcoal sketches. Cyrus tidies up and organizes her notes, careful not to wake her. Chance sets a plate of breakfast by the fire to keep warm. They'll let her sleep a few more hours. She's earned it. Okay, so that was that event. So what did we get? Tenderizer Pommel. The enemy becomes weak to pierce, 25% chance. And we got Claw Ornament. If the enemy is weak to any of your attacks, damage types, they are afflicted. Okay. For the bow, we did get a string. The enemy is dazed. Your weapon's damage increases by 1, 30% chance. Dazed adds 10% secondary weapon effect chances. Oh, so that makes these things easier to trigger. We already had the ringing haft on the bell, and then we can add the Talon Grip, 50% chance to daze the enemy. And we can add a grip to this. Discard all fatigue from any hero's attack card. Okay. And your attack gains the pierce damage type. The enemy is exposed. Does it not already have? Maybe it's slash. So that would be slash and pierce. Yeah, it's slash. Shadow Claw Gauntlet. Have I been using the wrong weapon? No? Oh, it does. It says it right there, Shadow Claw Gauntlet. It's at the bottom. And the bracer. Heavy bracers. Your attack gains the crush damage type. Oh. Well, she could have crush, pierce, and slash, potentially, if those trigger. Interesting. Not she, it's a he. So let's go back to, what was this, the shop. Diamond Blade. At the start of your turn, you may discard any number of conditions from this card. So the Diamond Blade is a card. You can tell that by this right down over here. 200 gold for that, though. the start of your turn, yeah, so you can discard versus during your attack or defense, if you are adjacent to another hero, add 1 success. I don't know what's better. At the start of your turn, you may discard any number of conditions from this card and from another hero's attack card. Is when Diamond Blade gets upgraded. Or we have an arrow that we can add to our bow, I guess. We've only got 5 gold though. Let's check out what we can craft right now. We have this Rabbit Foot Potion. During your turn, shift 2 and prepare 1 card. We need an Animos for that, which we do not have. And we've got quite a few recipes we could craft. All right. So what I think I'm going to do, let me check the larger map here real quick to see if there's any events or anything. There is. There's an event out here. So if I want to buy either of those things at the shop, I will need to sell some stuff. The enemy is dazed. I almost want to buy this stuff just to get it out of the queue for random things that could come up. Plus here's an Animos. So what can I sell? Those are worth 19. Did I need herbs to craft this? I only need 5 herbs. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to throw in a cut, do some selling and some buying. You guys don't need to watch me him and haw over that. And I'll come back right before I do the event that's outside the town. Be right back. Okay, so I bought the 2 weapon things after selling some stuff, but now I want to do this event up here. Meeting of the Guilds, narrative event. The Guilds of the Dunwar Dwarves are holding the annual Guild Summit. It's a prime opportunity for Kaylee to earn a little favor with 1 or more guilds and maybe gain access to some new patterns or formula for her craft. Maybe we'll get some materials or something in an event on the way also. Maybe. Did we make it all the way there? Someone has nailed a young Aelarion's wings to 2 trees with spurs of bone. The corpse is surrounded by a circle of eldritch symbols, written in the unfortunate bird's own blood. Galadin studies the corpse, troubled, before leading the companions in cutting it down and building a funeral pyre. So does that lead to something later? Kaylee walks into the village square, packed with hundreds of dwarves for the guild summit. All 10 of the civic guilds of Dunwar are in attendance, as well as dozens of minor guilds. The various organizations are represented by brightly colored badges and cloaks, and the air is abuzz with the sound of activity. Kaylee anxiously scans the dwarves for her former guildmasters. Her companions are close behind. Never seen so many dwarves in one place, says Cyrus. The Guild Summit happens every year. It's a great opportunity for aspiring artisans to gain some support among their peers. And what do you hope to gain from being here? Resources, credibility. There's a lot to be gained from repairing relationships with the guilds. Repairing? Or introducing myself to a guild or 2. You never know. Who are you thinking of starting with? There's probably not enough time to meet with everyone. Let's see. So, the Alchemist League or the Forgesmiths Guild would be my best bet. Forgesmiths. The Forgesmiths Guild would be my best bet. I haven't visited them in some time. Aren't we in the Dunwar Mountains? Do the Forge Guilds really have a presence out here? Oh aye, Forge and Dunwar keep close ties. That's how I was able to join both guilds, traveling back and forth between the 2. A crime for which you were expelled from both, if I recall. Details. Kaylee seeks out Master Flint of the Forgesmiths Guild among the gathered dwarves. Kaylee, welcome to the summit. I was hoping to see ye here after I heard of your efforts at the archaeological site. Deep Lord Geldrin herself would be proud of your heroism. Oh, thank ye. Of course, I've heard that it was your own work that caused the catastrophe in the first place. Aye, an unfortunate side effect, but it has taught me to take a step back and perfect my process instead of always trying to break the mold. An admirable choice. If you're truly interested in perfecting your craft, I think the Forge Smiths could offer some assistance to help ye along. So we got 15 metal, 5 minerals, and 1 Teros. Thank you, Master Flint. Kaylee heads back to her allies with renewed confidence and a spring in her step. A raven and eagle clash in the sky overhead. The battle disappears into some trees, but a little while later you find a talon of the former stuck in the feather of the latter. We got 1 Animos. Oh, I think I just bought 2 of those. Because I didn't want the store to refresh and then me not have access to them when I got back. And now thinking about the store refreshing, after this little trip, I hardly have anything to sell if there's anything cool that I want. Marshall's Warhammer for 200. And these braided pommel for Galadin. Marshall's Warhammer is a card. For 2 fatigue, during your attack, add 1 success and either daze or enfeeble the enemy. During your attack, add 1 success. After the attack, you may move the enemy 1 space away from you. I like this hammer. Oh boy, what can I sell? I need to get to 200. I tried to get down to 20 of each of these things. So if I sell... Ooh, let me check what I need to be able to craft it. Oh, I don't craft it, I just get it. That's right. Okay. So that's good. We'll sell 16 of those. 5 of those. I'm gonna have to go through and start selling some of these. Let's sell 1 of these Teros. That's 113. Sell a Toxos. 135. A Mortos. A Lumos. These all sound like Harry Potter spells or something. 2 gold. I need 2 more gold. Okay, that'll be good. We will just buy this and be happy. Okay. So now let's look at crafting. I wanted to craft this rabbit foot potion. Well, I'm probably going to be taking out Bryn. I wish it would say what weapon these things went on. But it doesn't. So we're going to craft this rabbit foot potion for sure. And let me take a look at the quest. We can try to decide what quest to do. So this one requires Galadin. An old colleague of Galadin's is active in the area on the trail of a dangerous Uthuk creature called the Vagabond. Galadin's contact may need assistance, and the Vagabond may have some clue to Necrol's intentions. This one requires Cyrus. The University of Greyhaven are the home to the greatest scholars in Terranoth, and surely they would have plenty of information that could be used to thwart the Uthuk sorceress Necrol. Fortunately, one of Cyrus's old professors from Greyhaven has settled in Forthin. Surely asking Professor Grayston for his thoughts on the matter. Will be both safe and helpful. So we've got two ranged people, Galadin and Cyrus. I think I'm gonna do, I played with Bryn and Cyrus, I think, in the first mission. And then I played with Chance. I just played with Galadin in the last one. So I'm gonna do Bryn and I'll play with Galadin again. So I'm going to do Bryn and Galadin in the Galadin quest. So let's look at what I have to craft. I got to go back into the town. Where is the... Oh, right here. That's kind of light. I couldn't see it. So, Bryn and Galadin. We got this arrow. Move the enemy 2 spaces towards you. This arrow, the enemy is doomed, 50% chance. That makes them keep their other statuses. That would take an Umbros. Fortified Heft. You or another hero has already taken their turn this round. May focus 1 card. Gives you a reroll. If the enemy has not been attacked this round, your weapon damage increases by 50% chance. What don't we have to be able to craft this one? Ooh, after the attack, choose another hero to immediately attack the enemy. 10% chance. If you have an injury, your weapon's damage increases by 1. Those are both guards, so it's probably one or the other. This has a 50% chance, but you have to be injured for it. I try not to get injured, so let's craft this. And let's craft this haft. And then we'll look at Galadin's stuff. There's this, each hero may shift 1 and prepare 1 card. Sure. Either of these arrows seem okay. Do we already have an arrow? No. No arrow. So I kind of like this doomed one. Move the enemy 2 spaces towards you. The enemy is dazed. Let's do this one. It's a higher % chance that it goes off. Okay, I think that's it for my in-town stuff. We're gonna do this quest with Galadin.
I'd rather work alone.
And
I'll
Bryn.
do my duty.
Yeah, so Bryn, we need to give the Undying Skull. Let's go in here and edit this stuff. We'll put that guard on here. I actually want to take the Marshal's Warhammer instead of the weighted Warhammer. And then for Galadin, Forgotten Offhand or the Glass Offhand. Oh, I like this actually. And we'll add this. So we've got the Black Root Bow. I have Galadin is ready, so we've got Mirror Blades and the Black Root Bow. And then, oh, for Bryn, we also have the Diamond Blade available. If we're adjacent. Yeah, so I think we're going to go with the Marshal's Warhammer and we'll keep the Warden's Blade for now. So I think I've got the weapons ready to go. Okay, now it shows it correctly. We want the Undying Skull on Bryn and Galadin with the Bloodthirsty Bracers. Sure. Standard difficulty. We've got 1 XP, so I'll get their skills out and see if there's any story here. At midday, you stop by a roadside pond to eat and refresh your water skins. A few soldiers, some of the few remaining marshals of the Citadel, have stopped there too after defeating an Uthuk hunting party. Tell me then, the marshal says after a long draught from his canteen, when all this is done, do you plan to return to our order? I've heard of no other marshals in training who survive, and even many veterans have fallen. We'll need every capable recruit if we're to rebuild, or else the marshals of the Citadel will pass into the pages of history. I cannot. My duty is to Forthin now, or I hope to. I can do great good as a marshal. Sure. My duty now is to Forthin and to its people and to my family, Bryn says, but I'm just a soldier. I'm not cut out for politics. Perhaps when the crisis is past, I can find someone better suited to a throne than I, and then maybe I will return to the Citadel. I'd like to see the marshals rebuilt. The marshal nods. If that is your path, the marshals will welcome you back, and if it is not, you will have friends among us. Maybe by then we will even have restored some of our glory. They talk a little longer about what was and what could be, and then part ways. All right, so let's see the story of this quest. Galadin pauses at the edge of a boggy glade. This is the place. What now? Keep your eyes open. Neither Laurel nor the monster she was stalking can be far away. Galadin moves his hands through a series of rapid gestures, turning slowly as his eyes search the trees and the bog in all directions. I don't suppose anyone hears anything. Nothing. I thought not. This way. Okay, so I'm going to throw in a cut here while I get the characters out onto the table, all the cards and stuff, and then I'll start building it according to what the app says. So I will be right back. Okay, so I've got our characters out. I'm starting with the Warhammer, and for the skill for Bryn, I'm starting on this side. For an action, 2 heroes within 3 spaces you can prepare 1 card. I don't know if that works on Bryn or not. I don't know. I'm starting on the side that's the action that she can shift 3 and then attack after she shifts. And there's only 1 piece of heavy armor that we have. So Bryn is getting the Skykeepers. Before another hero's defense, if they're within 2 spaces of you, you can swap spaces and become the target. And we've got Vigor, Potion, Rabbit Foot, and Antidote on both sides. Bryn has the Undying Skull. And I'm going to start with the bow for Galadin. The armor I'm choosing to take is for a surge. During your defense, add 1 success and discard 1 fatigue. Yeah, that's only during defense. Is that what I want to take? I can get 4 more health. Or I could, if I defeat an enemy, I can suffer 3 fatigue. I don't have a whole lot of fatigue capability on Galadin though, so yeah, we'll stick with that. And I forgot to add that health to both of the characters, so there. And the Skykeepers don't add any health, okay. The skill site I'm starting on is after you roll, for 1 fatigue after you roll, if you rolled a surge, you can add a success. And then I'm starting on the side that Galadin can expose the enemy in line of sight. Okay, so what the app is saying is you reach a weed-carpeted hollow. Judging by the presence of an old well, it was once a proper clearing. The undergrowth is trampled and gouged from a recent struggle. Place tile 16B, which I've done, and the well. A tree set a few paces into the hollow has been nearly stripped of its bark in places, and large claw-like marks suggest the recent passage of something dangerous. Now, I did say that this person we're looking for was trying to find something, right? tree goes right there. An old iron gate stands between this hollow and a clearing beyond. Fallen off its hinges, but held fast by thick mossy vines. Dangling from it is a traveler's pack. The straps snapped and caught up on the brittle metal. Place one gate and one explore token. Explore token and the gate. The party draws weapons, alert for any sign of threat. Place the heroes on the highlighted spaces. I need Galadin and Bryn. Is it making me do this before it shows me if there's going to be any enemies? What could have made this mess, wonders Bryn, looking to Galadin. Well, it wasn't the gardener, Galadin replies, crouching to inspect some tracks. The tracks, large and heavy, head along a rough trail. Judging by Laurel's message, some kind of Uthuk. But this was no mere warrior. Place one sight token. Okay, are we going to have to build the map that direction? Because that's our only sight token, let's do this, I guess. Or I don't know, I'll move the location of the app window around depending upon how this gets built out. We should look for whatever other signs of this creature we can. Anything might prove useful when we catch up to it. He looks toward the pack hanging from the gate, and we should try to find out what happened to Laurel. Galadin chooses. We must find Laurel of Bloodwood. We must find this Uthuk. I want to find my friend. Laurel's reputation precedes her. She can be a powerful ally if we make sure to find her alive. Search for traces of Laurel. 0 out of 4 is our objective. Okay, so I will have Bryn go first. So let's get our movement. Oh, I was going to use my new... I got some tokens for action points, but that's okay. 2 actions. So Bryn's going first. Let's go 1, 2. Just going to use up all the movement. 1, 2, 3. And get there. And I'm going to start interacting with stuff. So Bryn will interact with the well. You pause beside the well, taking in your surroundings. Let's toss a coin. The coin sprays a small amount of water to the side when it lands, then drifts downward. I bet you throughout the campaign, if you toss enough money into wells, something will happen. I'm just guessing there. So that was 1. I don't really think I need to drink because I'm not like damaged or anything. If I interact with it again, yeah, so I'm not going to do that. Let's interact with the tree. So that'll be our last action. Might, agility, they both don't have very good insight adjustments. So let's just have her forage the plants. We've got 11 herbs and 4 more herbs, so 15 herbs. Okay, fast turn for Bryn. Bryn's done. Galadin gets 4 movement, but we're going to go 1, 2 to there. Actually, let's just use all of it. So 1, 2, 3, 4 up to here. So our movement is done. And we will also interact with the tree. Let's now let's inspect the claw marks. Though at a glance the claw marks could be mistaken for that of a bear or other large predator, you're sure they were made by something else, some kind of weapon. You may prepare 1 card. So what do I want to be able to flip? Maybe this, once I fill it up, with fatigue to get rid of the fatigue quickly. And we've got one action left. I do not want to interact with that blue token when I don't have anything else left I can do on the turn. So let's interact with the tree again. I think picking the fruit is like a healing thing. Let's climb the tree. Oh, test might. Might's +1, okay. I'll get 2 black dice here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 2 advantages. Our +1 is 6. I think I'm good with 6. You deftly swing up the branches and find yourself with a great vantage point. You may prepare 2 cards. Okay, so basically everything is prepared. Galadin can get some free flips. Okay, that is everything for us. Okay, darkness phase, infection and terror. Oh, I keep forgetting about the fatigue. I should have just, well, whatever. Didn't make a difference. Okay, back to us. Is there something special Galadin can do with the well? What was left on the tree? The tree was just picking fruit, which I think is healing. So let's have Bryn go, and I think we'll go... We're not next to the gate. Yeah, okay, so Bryn's gonna go. Let's see what happens before we mess with this blue token. We'll go 2 here, which puts us adjacent to this site token. Okay, the overgrown trail proceeds past a pond of putrid, foul-smelling water. Place 15B and 1 poison underlay. So poison. Whoa, that wasn't the right screen. Trying to move the app around and I moved the whole thing. Okay, so we should be good. And then 15B. 17, 15. I'll tell you, having them in numerical order is a good time saver. And it's going to cover like this and like that. Okay. We need a tree at the edge of the poison. Right there. A piece of bloody cloth hangs from it. And an explorer token. Several arrows lie stuck in the ground where they fell. Could Laurel have fired them at whatever she was hunting? Ooh, and then a narrow strip of land emerges from the putrid water. Place tile 2B and 1 chest. 2B and a chest. In the pond, the carcass of a large wolf lies on its side, half submerged. Its wounds do not look like the work of any normal predator. Place 1 explorer token. Oh, let's push that up off. Another set of tracks marks the passage of your quarry. Place 1 site token. Okay, so we did that one. And we moved 2 spaces to get there, so we've got 1 movement left. I'm almost thinking about dealing with this over here, because if this opens up, maybe that's another way. Like maybe we don't even have to worry about interacting with the gate. So Bryn could go one more, do another maneuver action for 1, 2. So what does the poison do? The hero moves into a poison space, they infect one of their cards. But then we could just flip and get rid of the infection, right? So let's have Galadin deal with that explore token there. Bryn will move there for this one. We'll use an action to get 3 more movement points. We will go 1, 2 to right there. So we're down to 1 movement point. We'll use another action to interact with this token. You pluck an arrow from the ground and inspect it. It's a very well-crafted arrow and should fly true. You consider what your expertise in archery and similar pursuits might be able to tell you. Oh. Would have been better if Galadin had found that, but... so we got 4 stars and 1 surge. Surge lets us add another one, so that's 5 successes. I hope that's... Oh no, but then we have to -1, so only 4. It's probably not going to be enough. After considering for a moment, you determine that maybe trying to reconstruct a battle based on a few stray arrows is a fool's errand. So it didn't go away. So maybe Galadin can look at it later. We've got 1 movement point left. Let me click on the treasure chest, see if it gives me an idea. The chest locks is so rusted and damaged that no key could open it. Forcing the lid open would require a true feat of strength. Well, Bryn has +2 might, so we're going to use our other movement point to go there, and we have to infect a card. We will infect our hero card. Sure, that's fine. And then Bryn is done. Galadin. We'll just start with interacting with that token in front of him. Rotate the map. The pack is so tangled in the gate and foliage that it's impossible to open without extricating it first. Doing so without risking damage to the pack's contents will require a deft hand. Test agility 6, and we get +1 agility. Okay, so we got 4 stars, 2 advantages. We get +1, so we're at a 5. We will take a fatigue to make it 6. And put that on the bow. So we pass. The pack looks well loved, and judging by the state of its contents, it can't have been separated from its owner for long. Inside, you find a myriad of tools and supplies suited for a lone adventurer: flint and steel, a few poultices of mashed calm leaf, a map of the region, trail rations, and much more. You're certain Laurel would accept you taking what you need in pursuit of helping her.
This is war.
Gain the following cards. 1 endurance potion. So this is not a recipe, it's just a potion that we get to use. Which is interesting because well, I guess you only get to set out with so many. After you or an adjacent hero is wounded, they set their health dial to 2 greater than their maximum health. Discard 2 fatigue and prepare 1 card. And wounded is when you lose all of your health and take a wound card, I think. So that helps you when you refresh after losing all your hit points. Okay. A folded piece of parchment falls out of the pack. Galadin grabs and unfolds it. Red Star, he mutters. What's a Red Star? Asks Bryn. Red Star was a far ranger and the healer in my party, Galadin says. Laurel is Red Star's cousin, and they corresponded often. I remember Red Star writing this letter a few days before she was killed. His eyes scan the letter for anything useful. One word stands out. Baal-Zafar. A name? He doesn't know it, but could it be why Laurel is here? Not wanting to waste any more time, Galadin refolds the letter and returns it to Laurel's pack. Discard this Explorer token. And that's 1 out of 4 signs of Laurel. Do I want to mess with this gate? I want to get over here to this one. So we got 4 movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I shift with anything? No. So actually, instead I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 to right here, so that my action can be, I'll search the foliage in the tree. Get stuff. Oh, an arrow is stuck into the tree among the high branches. A piece of bloody cloth hangs from it. I'll retrieve the arrow. Oh, prepare a card. All my cards are already prepared. With effort, you manage to reach the arrow and pull it free of the tree trunk. The cloth is bloody and grimy, probably from an arrow grazing whoever was wearing it. Judging by the amount of blood and say the arrow, though, you don't think the target was hurt very much. Well, that was a waste. All my cards are already prepared. I don't really need to flip any of them right now either. Okay, so that's our turn. Darkness phase. We have to deal with the infection, and we can get rid of fatigue. Down to 9. Oh boy. We get 2 wolves. Spawn the following enemies. We need an orange wolf and a green wolf. So we've got orange here on this gray wolf. And then I'll grab one of my brown wolves from way back here. Can I reach it? I can. And I've got green right here. So let me do this correctly. The green one goes behind the sight token. And the orange one goes by the poison swamp area. The elder bone wolf turns its side and crouches low, baiting you forward with a bristled back. So we probably don't want to move next to it, I'm guessing. It's our turn. I think I will have Bryn go. And maybe the wolves will move across the... And they become enfeebled, right? When they go on the poison, I think that's what it said. Yeah, so let's have Bryn go. 3 movement points. Let's use 1, 2 to there. And we'll interact with the chest. Chest lock, yeah, we already read that, so test might. And she gets +2 on might. Okay, so we rolled 5 natural, we get +2, that's 7, and we've got 2 advantages there. Might as well use them, because our action here doesn't take a fatigue to do. And we can add a fatigue to this one. So that takes us to 9 total.
Good. Grab it and keep moving.
Following has been added to your inventory. 3 bone and 2 toxos, 15 metal, and a talon pommel recipe.
They have taken much.
Beneath
Now
everything,
we
you
take
pull
it
out a
back.
final item. The following has been added to your inventory to be used later. Dawn Walker plate. Dawnwalker plate. Cool, let's look at that. So we have to put it into our inventory. We can't use it now, but on a surge, during your defense, add 1 success and focus 1 card. Oh, does this automatically just add a success when you're defending also? Yeah, that's better than the Skykeepers, so we'll be using this as heavy armor in the future. That's cool. Okay, so I think that was worth it. We got 1 movement left and 1 action left. Let's do this. Let's use the action on our card. That lets us shift 3. One, two, three. Yeah, so we're going to shift 3. 1, 2, 3. We went over the poison, so we have to infect another card. Let's do our rallying cry. Oh, wait, if I do that, I'm going to be next to that site token. So let's stop here. I don't want to reveal more and possibly have more enemies right now. So we're still infecting that. We get to do an attack, but it lets us flip this so we don't have to worry about this infection anymore. And we get to attack. So Bryn uses black dice and we're on the hammer. After the attack's enemy shifts 1 towards you, then if it's adjacent to you, suffer 1 fatigue on each of your skills. Ooh. Okay, so I got 2 successes and 2 advantages. During your attack, add 1 success and either daze or enfeeble the enemy. So we got a base of 2. Let's add another one for 3. And let's use one of the advantages to make it 4. Okay, so 4. And with the Warhammer, we're either dazing or enfeebling the enemy. Let's daze it to try to get some of our secondary things to trigger. Just making sure I counted correctly. I think so. We're at 4. And confirm. Fortified Haft trigger. You or another hero who has already taken their turn this round may focus 1 card. Well, we'll focus the Warhammer. Because Galadin has not gone already. Okay, Bryn is done. We do have 1 more movement. Oh, we gotta do the wolf's thing. It is adjacent to me, so the skill has to suffer a fatigue, which it has room, which is good because that would have been a damage. Okay, now the question just is, do I want to move? The infection's going to hit me for a point of damage. I don't think so. I think we'll stay right there. So we'll just finish Bryn's turn. Okay, can Galadin see Do I focus on the orange one and try to get rid of it? Or do I focus on the green one since it was going to do something? Oh, I have to go back to the map. What I was curious about is the line of sight. Galadin is right here. Cannot see where that wolf is. Okay. So I might just move 2 to be on the token. And then let's shoot the wolf. We are on the bow, right? Yeah, we're on our bow. Okay, he uses the blue die. We got 1 success and an advantage. We did not get a surge, which is kind of more what I wanted. That's okay. So we'll take the fatigue to just make it 2 successes. Not the best result here. Oh, nah. That's too late. What did I say? Yeah, 2 successes. Ooh, your enemy is dazed. Your weapon damage increases by 1, and the bloodthirsty bracers did trigger. 6 base damage, so we did 9. We've not found the weakness yet. So, and I don't think now I can see the green wolf. Let's just shoot again. We will deal with the... Oh, the whole point of moving Bryn over there was so that the wolves would move across the poison. That's right. Anyway, we'll just shoot again to just try to eliminate, even though the Undying Skull would benefit from taking out a wolf. We'll just try to have Bryn take out the green one, I guess. We'll shoot again. And we got an advantage and a surge. So a surge actually is going to... Oh, you know what I forgot to do is have the enemy shift 1 towards me. So is it still even in line of sight? The tree might actually be blocking it. The tree is blocking it. Okay, so I guess we're not doing that. And I think they prioritize not going on to you know, like the poison and stuff. But what I could do, I'm gonna do this instead. I'm still gonna do the attack, but first I'll move 1 to here, which is fine because I'll still stay next to that. I have to infect a card. That's fine. Now I can shoot from where I am. I'll just keep the same roll that I got. It's not the best roll. But for a... What does prepare do? Prepare, they're already all prepared. So for the surge, I can add 1 success. So the surge gives me 1. Here I can add a fatigue. And because I rolled a surge, it adds another one, so that's 2. His potential defense is only 1, so he's going to be taken out with those 2.
Finish.
Oh, plus the Bloodthirsty Bracers, yeah. I didn't even need the second one.
If it can help us.
Following has
then
been
it
added
has
to your
value.
inventory, so we got some stuff off. Oh, we got a Marksman arrow recipe. And 6 curios. Let's remove the orange wolf. I'm not going to use the rest of my movement because I want to be able to interact with this next turn. I feel like actually I should have infected like something that I could flip instead of, because I don't want to flip this because I want to expose. I'm going to infect my skill card and I'll use the token to flip it. Okay, and I'm going to call that the end of my turn. Or the end of the hero phase, I should say. So darkness phase, infection and terror. So we've got 1 terror over here, or sorry, 1 infection over here, nothing over here. We can get rid of this fatigue, and we need to get rid of this because of that ability on those wolves. Okay, target Bryn. Done waiting for your attack. It prances forward. Okay, so I think it's good that we didn't get next to it and attack it. And it has an attack 4. Okay, so Bryn uses black dice on defense. We got 3 successes. And sure, we're gonna add 2 fatigue to make it so during you or an adjacent hero's defense, add a success. So 4 successes, we blocked everything. The Elderborn Wolf digs its claws into the ground and inhales a deep breath. Probably a big attack next turn then, I'm guessing. So what do I want to do? Maybe I'll have Galadin start. If we roll a surge and we don't move, it could be 3 successes. Let's put some damage. Let's start with Galadin. We'll put some damage in and see what where that takes us. So let's attack that green wolf. Galadin, so down to 1. Still on our bow. I'm not worried about it shifting because it's pretty far away, won't be adjacent. Oh, but I wanted to do this. The whole reason I saved this is 3 fatigue. During your turn, expose an enemy in line of sight. So the wolf becomes exposed. Now let's roll our attack. Oh, and we did not get a surge. Man, there are so many surges on this thing. I think there are 3 sides, maybe 4, so 25 or 33% that don't have a surge, and I keep rolling it. What did I have? I had a success and an advantage. Well, I guess I'll turn it into 2 successes. Twilight Arrow trigger. The enemy is doomed. Oh, that's cool. So the stuff is going to stay on it. Enemy ability reminder. After the attack, the enemy shifts 1 towards you. It's not adjacent to me. Doomed and exposed. let's just try to take it out. We'll deal with this. This is not going anywhere, so. And then maybe Bryn can take it out and the Undying Skull can trigger. Okay, so now we got an advantage and a surge. We have not moved. So we'll do this surge. So that's 3 successes. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus the Bloodthirsty Bracers is a potential 9 damage. It could block 1, so maybe 8. Sure, we'll take a fatigue to make it 4 successes. Oh, the exposed added some. That's right, it adds 20% hero attack damage, that's right. Okay, so that was both of these. I still don't want to move. Because, oh wait, it has to do its ability, so it'll shift 1 and not go onto the poison. We can move like this, 1, 2, get off of the poison, and then we're done with Galadin. Do I want to flip? Yes, I want to flip to get rid of this fatigue. I don't need to flip the bow. All right, so Bryn. We will start with Bryn by attacking the wolf. We're still on the hammer. And black dice. 1 success and a surge. One success and a surge. The surge just adds 1, and an adjacent hero may discard a fatigue, but I don't have an adjacent hero. So really just 2. That should be enough because the hammer does 3 damage. So 2 plus it's exposed.
This one's down.
Yep. Remove the green Elderborn wolf.
This is ours by right of salvage.
Oh, so the Undying Skull is giving us the upgraded Rabbit Foot potion. What does that do? Well, the upgraded Rabbit Foot potion recipe. Shift 4 and prepare a card. So it doubles the movement. Okay, so that was 1 action. I'm going to take a step to here, and I have to infect a card, so I will infect my hero card. Then, and I want to stay next to that token. Then I'm going to do an action to flip my hero card. Gets rid of all that fatigue and that new infection. And I'll just lose the rest of the movement. Okay. And that's the end of us. So darkness phase, infection, and get rid of fatigue. There's no infection over here. Okay, now we can finally start doing some more interacting with stuff. I'm going to start with Galadin and interact with that token. Test agility. Galadin gets a +1 agility. So we got 6 on the dice, and 1 over there is 7. With care and precision, you do your best to judge what direction the arrows must have come from. Laurel's a good shot, but these arrows are so scattered as to likely have been fired quickly, more as a distraction than an attack. Whatever Laurel was fighting, she may have been losing. Each hero may focus 1 card, then discard this Explore token. Okay, so we're going to get some re-rolls. And then discard this Explore token. Okay, that was 2 out of 4. That was 1 action. And then I'm going to interact with the tree, I think.
Take everything of
11
worth.
herbs, 1 herb, and 3 minerals. Okay, it might bring some more enemies, but I want to get moving, so we'll use our movement. Let's go 1, 2, 3, which puts us next to that sight token. A moss-covered promenade lined with decorative pillars dominates a clearing deep in the forest, so we need 17B. Ooh, there's a chest, 1 gate, and 3 tall pillars. $17's on the bottom. Okay, then we need the other gate. Some tall pillars. There it is, staring me right in the face. Gate right there. Pillar. Pillar and pillar. Okay, so far we're on the map, on the screen, but I think that's going to change here shortly. Stone slab is positioned in the middle of the clearing, a little too low and long for a table. It looks almost more like a place to rest. You see a few items scattered on it, hastily abandoned. Place a large table. Large table. Muddy footprints trace a path between pillars. Place an Explore token. Oh, I forgot the treasure chest. How could I forget the treasure chest? Here in the corner. And there. At the edge of the clearing, a cluster of bushes looks recently disturbed. Place another Explore token. Up here. Okay. And we had 1 movement point left, so let's just move, make some progress that direction. Okay, Galadin's done. Bryn's maneuver and 2. Bryn will interact with this token. Test will. Bryn gets a +1 will. Okay, so we got 4 on the dice, plus her 1 is 5, and 2 advantages. We will convert 1 of those to make it 6. That's probably good. We'll do 6. You try to look closely at the dead wolf, but the putrid state of the carcass is too much for you to stomach. You turn away, gasping for fresh air. Infect a card. Oh, bummer. We will infect this because once we use our thing, we get to automatically flip that card. Okay, it's still there. So 6 didn't do it, huh? I mean, I don't want to move on from it since it's still there. I'm hoping it's tallying up the successes. We got 3 and a surge. So 4 more and 2 advantages. I guess I'll load up on the fatigue. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, +1 is 7 because of our will. Right? Yep, so 7. You resist the urge to turn away from the smell and inspect the dead wolf's wounds. Up close, the injuries don't look fatal. You think whatever did this might have drowned the poor creature. You may prepare 1 card, then discard this token. Let's prepare this. Then discard this token. And that was not a clue for Laurel. But that was both of our actions. 1, 2, 3 movement. 3 movement. Okay, I think that is the end of the hero turn. Darkness phase. We have 2 infection here, unfortunately, so that's down to 5. No infection here. We can get rid of fatigue and fatigue. And more wolves, red-eyed wolves. The orange one first, and then the green one just on the other side of these tables. Or this table, 1 table. Wolf and wolf. The orange red-eye wolf turns to its side and crouches low, baiting you forward with a bristled back. Okay, so we do not want to get next to the orange one, which happens to be the one in the front. It's our turn. The spear has reach. We can see over the table, right? Line of sight tool from here. Yes. So let's have Galadin go. And we'll just shoot at the wolf. At the green one, I guess. Because the orange one... I don't know about that message. Do we have to be next to it for it to be bad? I don't know. Actually, Bryn could do this. And shift to the green one. Damage it, and then we get more damage. Because the shift would not be hurt by impeding. So we're going to have Bryn go first. not using her movement thing yet. Not using her movement action first. Okay, so we will do the action that's here on our card. It's shift 3, so we can shift. Impeding doesn't really matter. Get back here. And then we get to attack, and then we flip this card, which gets rid of the infection and the fatigue. And we get an attack. We're still on our Warhammer. Okay, we got a success and a surge. I'm going to spin this reroll. Okay, that's better. We got 2 successes and 2 advantages. Okay, so I want to take an advantage and an advantage, so that's 4 successes. And we are attacking the green one with Bryn and the Warhammer. Okay, I'm not taking that there. I forgot about their ability. Oh, it scars a card. Now it's not suffering fatigue. Now it's scarring cards. Okay, that's fine, because I'm going to flip this to get rid of that infection. So 4 successes. Fortified half. You or another hero who has already taken their turn may focus 1 card. So let's focus our hero card. After the attack, the enemy shifts 1 towards you. Then if it is adjacent to you, scar 1 card. Okay, so I'm going to scar. No, I'm going to scar my Warhammer. Because I'm not really flipping that one. So that did 12 points of damage. I've got 1 action left and all of my movement points. Well, I only get 1 movement point because I'd be impeded being next to an enemy. What I want to do actually first is I'm going to flip this card to get rid of this fatigue and this infection. So I'm going to spend this prepare token. Do I attack again? I don't want to attack the orange one. I think I'm actually going to interact with the token. These bushes look recently disturbed. Perhaps you can find some clues. Test insight. Insight tests are going to be bad for both characters because they're both -1. I got rerolls here that I can use though. I'm going to reroll this one with the surge. So that's 2 and 2 advantages. I'll keep that. You know what? I'm just going to keep using these rerolls because I want to flip this over anyways. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 with the surge. And 2 advantages. I'm going to flip this anyways, so let's eventually, hopefully soon. So that'll be 6. Probably not enough to finish it, but... Oh wait, -1 because of his thing there. It's not going to be enough to finish it. Ooh, you try to find any useful clues here, but the bushes are thick and thorny, and you only receive painful scratches for your trouble. Suffer 2 fatigue. Good thing I had room to put it after those advantages. Okay, so now Galadin. I'm just not going to do my maneuver. We'll see if Galadin's going to do the maneuver. I mean, I could 1, 2, 3, 4 to get over here. Then the wolves would have to go around. Let's do that. So I'm going to use the maneuver. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will shoot the green wolf for 1. Oh, wait. No, I'm not going to move first. I will do that at the end of the turn, but I'm not going to move first because I want this bonus success from not moving. Yeah, that's smarter. Bow. And the blue die. The blue die is a surge, and with the surge, because I have not moved, is 3 successes. Do I want to re-roll that? The bloodthirsty bracers will also trigger. I think I'm good with the 3. Enemy is doomed. Yeah. Okay, I don't think the enemy can move, though. It cannot shift 1. There's nowhere for it to go. And just to eliminate an enemy, I will attack it again. And I got the surge again. I have not moved, so it's 3 more successes. With bow.
Vengeance. This is war.
We got a Mortos and the 3 Wishes Sash recipe. Remove the green red-eyed wolf. Okay, so the green one is gone. And now I will do the movement over to here. I don't think it's critical to do the Rabbit Foot potion or the Vigor potion or the Antidote potion right now, or the Endurance. I think we're good. I just want to click on this, see if it gives me a clue on here. Overcoming this magical ward requires a stalwart spirit. Is that going to be will or insight? Both of those are bad for Galadin. Will is okay for Bryn, though. Okay, that is the end of the hero phase. Darkness phase. Infection. I got rid of all the infection, but we can take down fatigue. I'm going to flip this, so I'm not worried about that fatigue, and there's no fatigue over here. Done waiting for your attack. The orange red-eyed wolf pounces forward. It's already next to Bryn. Okay, so 3. Bryn uses the black die for defense. Got 1 success and a surge. Nothing special on defense. I don't have enough room to get an extra success here. So it's just 2 successes, so I'm going to take 1 damage because it starts at a base of 3. Red-eyed wolf bares its teeth at Galadin, barking with feral rage. Okay, so now we are going to I want Bryn to have some action stuff to be able to flip, so let's first try and take this wolf out, maybe with Galadin. So we'll have Galadin go first. Shoot the wolf. success and an advantage. What's the other side of this card? During your turn, expose an enemy in line of sight. That's right. That's a good ability. I'm going to use this reroll. I want a surge. That's the same thing. Success and an advantage. Okay, we'll turn it into 2 successes. It's just 4 damage, and it will shift 1 towards me, which actually takes it further away from Bryn. We'll just keep attacking. I hope we get a better roll. Same thing, success and an advantage. Good thing the bracers are going to do some damage. It's doomed. Okay. And it will move 1 towards me. And it really wants to fight Galadin this turn, right? That's right. It has 14 hit points left. I'm going to use Galadin's maneuver. Well, it only could move 2. 1, 2. I'm going to move back here into the corner. 3. As long as it doesn't get extra movement. We'll see what happens. Because I want Bryn to take care of that token while she's back there. Okay, so Bryn's turn. We'll use our first here. Test insight again. We got 5 minus 1 is 4. I'm hoping it saves him up. Okay, after a while of shoving brambles aside and trying to avoid sharp thorns, you finally find subtle traces of the recent presence of someone hiding here. Judging by a boot print, it must have been Laurel. Why was she hiding? You and one other hero may focus 1 card. So more rerolls. And then discard this Explore token. And that gets us 1 closer to solving everything. Okay, she's gonna move. She gets next to the wolf, and then that's the end of her movement points. And let's see if we can get lucky in attacking the wolf. Still on the hammer. We're gonna have to scar a card. Two successes. There's nothing else we can do there. That's not going to be enough. You or another hero has already taken their turn. May focus 1 card. Let's get a reroll here. And now we have to scar a card. So I think I'm going to use my Vigor Potion and my Antidote Potion just to get rid of these scars and add 3 health. You know what I might do No, I like being next to the table so that I can interact with it. I think I'm good. That is the end of the hero phase. Darkness phase. Infection and terror. Each hero can discard a fatigue. We have no infection or terror. Okay, Galadin. 4 movement. And 5. If they scar a card, they have to scar a card for each fatigue spent. Okay, so it does have enough movement. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Galadin uses a black die for defense. 2 successes. Nothing else really, so 2 off of 5 is 3. I did not get a surge. Would have been helpful. No, it's 3 damage. I don't go down to 3. I was at 10, so 7. Red Wolf turns to its side and crouches low, baiting you forward with a bristled back. Okay, so we need to try to take it out with 1 hit, I think. So let's have Bryn go first. So this is what I'm going to do with Bryn. I'm going to use the rabbit foot potion to shift 2 and prepare a card. I'm going to spin the prepare token to flip. Then 9 hit points. I can get 3 successes, right? I'm going to interact with the table for 1. See a handful of collected herbs and berries and a few strips of fabric. Ooh, insight 6. This is not going to end well. 1, 2, 3, and a surge is 4. -1 is 3. No, that's a fail. You don't know the purpose of these items together, but the berries look kind of tasty. Okay, that was a waste. Then I'm going to use my action to shift 3, attack an enemy, and then flip this card. 1, 2, 3. And then I get to attack. Two successes, that's not going to do it. I have a reroll. Three successes, I hope that does it. If he blocks it, then I'm in trouble. Oh, he blocked it. Doesn't need to shift one towards me. It's already, I have to scar a card. Whoa, ready for your attack. Suffer 5 fatigue, agility negates. And we got 5 successes, so it was negated. Okay, but Bryn is done. I could move 1 if I wanted to with my free movement thing, but I'm not going to. So Galadin will just need to attack once. Because the thing only has 1 hit point. And we got a success and a surge, and we haven't moved, so the surge this is 4 successes.
Not even a challenge.
All kinds of damage.
Take everything of worth.
We got a leather and an Aqueous, and we get to remove the wolf. Okay, let's interact with the token for our last action. A trail of muddy barefoot prints suggests something moved through here. They're easily lost among the overgrown, so test insight is our -1 thing. Oh, well, we got 5 natural, 2 advantages. So 5 natural minus our 1 is 4 and 2 advantages. Yes, please. So 6, probably not enough, but we'll see. Nope, try as you might, you lose track of the prints circling back on those you've already found. And I don't think I want to move, I just want to be next to this gate for next turn. Insight was the stuff on the table. The pillars are not interactable. So I think we're done. Darkness phase. Infection and terror, we have none. Discard fatigue. I'll take this one and one off of here. Okay, it's us. Bryn's gonna go and interact with the chest. We'll get our maneuver points. Test will, so Bryn gets a +1 will. 4, and we have no rerolls. Okay, that's kind of a bummer. But we get a +1, so 5. And that wasn't enough, so we'll just go again. We got 4 more and another one here, so that's another 5. I think that'll be plenty.
They have taken much.
We got
now we take
14 bone, 5 curios, 9 metal, and a writer's wrap recipe. And nothing extra. Bummer. So do we move? Let's use our maneuver to get Bryn up next to the gate since we have it. Then Bryn is done. Okay, Galadin's turn. Is there anything I want to do with items or no? So Galadin's turn. We will interact with the token and it's insight, right? Yeah, so -1 on this. So we got 5 natural, -1 is 4 more. Okay, when the tracks cross old overgrown cobbles, it's easy to lose them, but with effort you're able to follow the creature's path through this promenade. It looks to have the gait of a human or elf, but is very quick. You may prepare 1 card, then discard this explore token. Let's prepare our hero card. Oh, that's it. That doesn't give us the 4 out of 4 for Laurel. I guess we interact with the gate. With our last action. The ivy-covered gate is shut fast. You may perform an additional action. Well, I guess we get our movement. Does the other gate have to be open? It may be movable with effort. I guess maybe they both have to be open. 1, 2, 3. We'll use this to interact with this gate. So the gate is no longer firmly attached. It looks as if it's been intentionally jammed in place. Moving it will take some effort. Test might. Galadin gets +1 might. For 5, +1 is 6. Probably not enough. Try to move the gate, but you only manage to wiggle it among choking vines. It's getting a little looser, but it's not free yet. Okay, I think we'll just end our turn there. Infection and Terror. Discard Fatigue. It's us again. So Galadin will go first. First thing I'm going to do actually is I'm going to flip Galadin's hero card. I want to be on this 3 fatigue side. That allows me to expose an enemy. And we will interact with the gate again. Testing might. So we got 4 natural and 4 advantages, but I think we'll just go with the 5 because we get to +1. Remove this gate. Do we have to get lucky with the stuff on the table? Take a step towards the table. We'll go here. And then interact with the table. Insight 6. We got to get a good roll. 3 and a surge is not going to do it. Makes it 4. I could suffer a fatigue to prepare a card. I think I'll do that. Suffer a fatigue and prepare this card. But I'll suffer fatigue here. I don't know. Let's go to Bryn. And there's nothing else I can interact with, right? There were the trees. The well. The ivy-covered gate is shut fast. Did I miss something on one of the trees or something? 1, 2, 3. We'll use an action. 1, 2, 3. That leaves us with 1 more. And see if there's anything to do with this tree. Oh, I can pick the fruit to heal 2. That's the end of my hero phase. Infection and Terror, discard fatigue. Well, Galadin has more movement, so we'll have Galadin go first. 4 movement from his maneuver. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll rabbit foot potion to get next to this tree, and then I can prepare a card. We'll use 1 action to interact with the tree. Maybe climb the tree. Test might is +1. So 5 on the dice plus 1 is 6. Yeah, prepare 2 cards. I should have known that. That's always the same, isn't it? And then I guess since we're here, we'll pick the fruit for our last action. Just heal 2. What am I missing? Is it the well? Maybe we discard 2 fatigue. There's nothing. And that's it for the well, right? Yeah. It's got to be the table. So that was 1, 1, 2. She has no actions left because I had to do another maneuver. So we just got to get a good roll on the insight, I guess. Discard fatigue. All right. We'll have Galadin go, because he's got a couple rerolls at least. 1, 2, 3, so 1 left on the movement. And we'll use an action to interact with the table. Okay, we got 6 if we use 2 advantages, but our insight's -1, so that's only 5. So there's no reason to use the fatigue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-roll this one. Okay, so now I've got 4 successes and 4 advantages. I need to use 3 of those advantages. To make it 7. Minus the 1 is 6. You recognize the collection of items as being good components for a hastily concocted healing poultice. You can only assume Laurel left them here. She must be hurt. You and one other hero may focus 1 card. No, I'm about to flip these. Well, maybe not right away.
This is war.
We got 20 herbs and 9 cloth. You begin to understand Laurel's situation. A sense of dread falls over you. The more time you spend here, the more the place feels off, unnatural. Then branches part, and more foes emerge from unseen paths. 2 zealots. Okay, I've got 1 with green in it already. We'll get another zealot with orange. 1, 2, 3 up from the tree. And the green one in front. An arrow catches one of your foes, then another. An elf springs from a hiding spot amongst the underbrush. Laurel of Bloodwood. Galadin meets her eyes. With a few quick movements of his left hand, he asks the urgent question, "Are you well?" Laurel answers back in the same manner. Fight, then talk. Place 1 explorer token. This is Laurel of Bloodwood. Objective updated. Defeat all enemies and speak to Laurel. Did she damage them? They've only got 18 hit points. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 3 fatigue onto here to expose this green zealot. Then I'll keep this in case I want to reroll. I won't flip yet. Should I flip this? Yeah, I'm going to flip this before I attack. And too bad I've already moved, so that won't trigger the good bonus there. But now we'll attack the green one in front of me. And I got a success and an advantage. I will put a fatigue on here to just make that 2 successes. A random other enemy recovers 10% of total health and adds 2 damage to its next activation. The enemy is dazed. Your weapon's damage is increased by 1, and Twilight Arrow. Oh, the enemy is doomed. Okay. I don't think it's going to survive. Galadin is done, except that I want to flip this. Oh, I could have re-rolled. To try to get the surge. It would have been another success. All the tokens go away. Bryn will go 1, 2 to right there, and then loses the rest of her maneuver. And we'll attack the green one. 3 successes. I don't think I need to add anything to that.
Nothing can stop me. This is ours by right of salvage.
The following has been added to your inventory: 1 bone and 1 ignos. Remove the green zealot.
Good. Grab it and keep moving.
Forgotten Offhand. Upgraded Forgotten Offhand recipe. Cool. Now Bryn has 1 left and can't really shift or do anything. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. I mean, I could do this to focus. 2 heroes within 3 spaces of you may each focus 2 cards. And now the bad guy gets to go. Infection and terror is none. Fatigue. Targeting Galadin. Whoa. After rolling dice, if the target did not roll a surge, they infect their hero card. So it's got a range of 3, so it doesn't need to move. It's perfect where it is. 8 damage, wow. So Galadin got 2 successes. During you or an adjacent hero's defense, add a success, so we will definitely do that. So we'll put 2 fatigue on here. No surge. So that takes us to 3 successes. Off of 8 makes it 5 damage, so down to 4. We did not roll a surge, so we have to infect our hero card. Laurel takes aim and fires an arrow at your foes. The Crimson Zealot suffers 8 damage. Crimson Zealot screams an alien incantation, foreign but for a single name, Bryn. Okay, Bryn's going to go first. It's going to use the maneuver to take a step forward. And it would become impeded and lose the rest of her movement. And then we'll attack. We've got 2 successes and 2 advantages. We've got room on here, so we'll make that 4 successes. Should be enough.
For justice, for Forthin.
Man, all those weaknesses, and I did not
They have taken much.
discover one.
Now we take
Your
it
foe
back.
drops Disruptor Gauntlet. Okay. Now let's just do another maneuver action. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Bryn is done. Galadin will use Galadin's maneuver to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll use 1 action to talk to Laurel. Laurel waits for a moment to confirm that no more foes are entering the fray. Then she approaches Galadin, putting away her bow to free up both hands. She signs using hand gestures to speak. Galadin of the Evanaralim, I take it? Red Star wrote about you often in her letters. Red Star had a gift for embellishment, Galadin signs back. We've come to rescue you, but it seems you don't need rescuing. No, Laurel agrees, briefly brushing her fingers over bandages wrapped around one forearm. But I do need assistance, and an experienced Far Ranger is the best assistance I could ask for. I've been following an Uthuk they call the Vagabond. They say he is guided by dreams into places like this, where the veil between this world and the infernal is thin. The demon guiding this Uthuk knows that a place like this is close enough to the infernal that a rift might be opened, Laurel continues grimly. And if the Vagabond is allowed to continue his wandering, the Uthuk will know about this place too, and others like it. Laurel steps over to the ivy-choked gate and pulls aside some of the leaves covering its face. Not only does this gate have no clear keyhole or other locking mechanism, but several unfamiliar sigils adorn the metal. But the Vagabond escaped through here, and I have not been able to open the gate. The sigils are the key, Galadin explains. This gate takes a password in the language of demons, and the only way to know the password is to dream it. Galadin ensures that all of his companions are listening when he explains. I can open the way, but I will have to dream to do it, and I may not be able to come back immediately, so I'll be relying on you to keep me safe. We will protect you, Laurel assures him. Are you ready? Yes. Galadin reclines on the ground while Laurel watches over him. He slows his breathing, practicing some techniques to take himself quickly to sleep. Galadin feels the world drop from beneath him, as if gravity simply decided to go in the other direction. Then he hits the ground, somehow, somewhere. Place tile 10B, 2 doors, and 1 table. Okay. I don't think we're going to be needing this part of the map. So let's get 10B. Two doors. Another large table. Place Galadin on the highlighted space. Tile 10B is in the dream. Heroes other than Galadin cannot move to or be placed in the dream. Galden cannot leave the dream. Only enemies spawned in the dream can move to or be placed in the dream. Enemies spawned in the dream cannot leave the dream. Galden looks around at the barren, surreal landscape before him. A bare patch of soil surrounded by an indistinct haze. A pair of doors stands before him. Looking at this door, Galden feels fury welling up within him. White-hot fury toward the Uthuk, and beyond them, all demons of the infernal. Only Galden may open this door. Opening this door will increase Galden's dedication virtue. Looking at this door, Galden feels the icy grip of despair and thinks of all the friends he has lost. Only Galden may open this door. Opening this door increases Galden's connection virtue. He's sleeping, confirms Laurel. We must protect Galden. Placed 1 explorer token, so there's going to be enemies coming probably to try to attack Galden. During the darkness phase, Galden will suffer 1 damage for each enemy on or adjacent to this explorer token. Quickly, Laurel says. She makes the sign with 1 hand. This means to focus our attack, and this, and she makes another sign, means to ready yourself for a new tactic. We use this to communicate without the need for sound. Discard this explorer token. Laurel will assist in battle. Spawn the following enemy. Okay, so a Fae just comes out of nowhere and naturally is right next to Galden. And unfortunately, Bryn has gone already. Objective updated. Explore the dream and protect Galden. Okay, so Galden has 1 action left. I think we're just going to explore this table like the slab in the waking world. This one is more the shape and size of a place to rest. Perhaps in a way, this stone bed is a doorway to dreams. Did that cost me my action? It couldn't have. That's the same information I get from clicking on it. Okay, so there's nothing I can do to interact with it. I can shift 1 by taking a fatigue, which I will do. I'm gonna, and then interact with this door. That was the Fury against the Uthuk. Or thinking about the friends you've lost. I want the Fury against the Uthuk, yeah. Galden approaches the door that fills him with fury. Flames flicker into being on the door, and the flames form a series of sigils, 17 in all, and no doubt the password he needs. Galden grips the door handle. It burns his palm, but he can't let go. He throws the door open. Remove this door. Suddenly he's falling. Galden spins through a void of fire and smoke, flames licking at him. He tries to twist around the whirling flame so that he does not burn to a crisp. Test agility 7. We get +1 on our agility. We've got 5 natural and 2 advantages. +1 is 6, and we'll take a fatigue here to make it 7. Galden shifts his weight, aiming himself between whirling flames. He falls through the fire as if he belongs there, and plunges into deep, fresh water. Water that only remains deep until Galden gets his legs under him. Place tile 14B, 1 water underlay, and 3 doors. So this did this. Yeah, okay. So we need 1 more door. Water underlay. And 12, 13, 14. Like this. door at each end. Place Galadin on the highlighted space. In the water. Tile 14b, in the water under layer in the dream. It's all the same stuff about the dream. In the waking world, Galadin lurches to his feet. Laurel moves in front of him, trying to catch his view. He's still asleep, she says, bewildered. Dreaming here is risky. Dreams and reality can blend together, for better or worse. Slumbering Galadin pushes past her and reaches toward the locked gate. The sigils shimmer, and Galadin passes his hand over those he saw in the dream. Remove this gate. Okay. So we need 9b, 2 poison underlays, 1 chest, and a tree. Okay. How am I going to make this fit? I think I'm going to throw a cut in here and rotate the map so that it looks like it'll fit and still have the screen, the little screen up there visible. So I'll be right back. Okay, I think I've got it to fit on and we can see all the relevant stuff. And I think we are done with the turn. Okay, and I do need to take a little bit of a break, so I'm going to throw another cut in here and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I finished with the hero's turn, hero phase, and I'm going to go into the darkness phase. I'm hoping the Galadin doesn't get knocked out. If he gets wounded, that's fine. I guess we've got quite a few hit points because you can get wounded a couple of times. So in the phase, resolve infection and terror. We do have a infection, so we're down to 3 health. No terror, and we can discard fatigue. Discard this one and this one. Now I'm hoping it reminds us about Galadin. So targeting Bryn. While moving, this enemy ignores elevation terrain and underlays. After the defense, the target either discards 1 focus token or suffers 2 fatigue. Well, we've got focus tokens we can get rid of. The Fae is impeded, or maybe not because it's not next to my figure. It wants to attack at a range of 3. It's still next to Galadin. I don't know if that counts as being impeded or not, because that's actually Galadin's body. Okay, attack of 4. Bryn uses the black die to attack. We've got 3 successes there. And that's fine, we'll just take 1 damage. And we will get rid of this focus due to the ability. Bryn looks from Galadin's sleeping form to Laurel. What is this history Galadin has with the Uthuk? He was a far ranger. They are pledged to hunt the Uthuk and the demons they serve, Laurel says simply, knocking an arrow. It's clearly more than that, says Bryn. For a moment, Laurel seems to consider not offering anything more. They say a demon wanted Galadin's hunting party eliminated. They were his friends, his family, in ways his entire world. Laurel nudges one of the fallen Uthuk with her boot while keeping a white knuckle grip on her bow. Galadin was the only survivor. But who this demon is and why it took such an interest, I think even Galadin does not know. Laurel makes the sign for preparing to strike. One hero other than Galadin may prepare one card. We're going to prepare our hero card so we can get that attack from the other side. Each enemy shifts 3 toward this Explore token. Then Galadin suffers 1 for each enemy on or adjacent to this Explore token. It's already next to it. And so they like kick Galadin in the face, I guess, while he's sleeping. And it's our turn. So what does water do again? When you move out of a water space, a hero enemy must spend 1 additional water or movement point. So we're gonna have Bryn go first. Oh, and I got these while I was taking a break. So I got a bag of these like all-purpose tokens from Team Covenant. I don't know if you guys know who Team Covenant is. They have an awesome website and a store in Tulsa that I've actually never been to their store. I don't live anywhere near Tulsa. But they're kind of card game players, mostly LCGs and stuff. And I've been a member of their content membership for a while, so I got these as a thank you from them. They're kind of just universal markers with their logo on it. So I'm going to use these to track actions now. And I will switch to using this 6-sided die for movement. Okay, so I'm not going to get my movement yet because I would just lose it when I move next to this thing. But I am going to flip. Then I'm going to use this action to shift 3, then attack an enemy, and then flip this card. Oh, it's after this attack, flip this card. So I've been maybe hurting myself. I could put fatigue on here, then flip it. Oh. 1, 2, 3. It's a shift, so I don't get impeded with shifting. And I attack. So I use a black die to attack. That's 3 successes. I'm going to put this on the Warhammer to add a success, and I will daze the enemy. Whoa, 30 hit points. Using the Warhammer to daze the enemy. And it became 4 successes. Yes. Ooh, they're weak to crushing. And they're also now weak to pierce because the trigger on the pommel. Okay, we've got 1 action left. I'm going to attack again. Now I have to flip the card. Still with the hammer. And I got 3 successes. It's not going to be enough to take it out, I don't think. During the attack, scar 1 card for each advantage. I did not convert any. Okay. 3 successes. Yes. Okay, it's got 3 hit points left, so it's going to survive another turn. Oh, I have not been even caring about the feats. Attack an undamaged enemy with your blades. Attack 1 enemy 2 times with your hammer in the same round. I have not even been paying attention to that. That's probably a lost opportunity. Although Galadin's been doing okay with his bow. Okay, Bryn is done. Yeah, I think Bryn's done. So I guess we let Galadin go. So Galadin will get 4 maneuver points. And I don't know, I kind of feel like, or maybe the doors will just transport you somewhere else. I was looking at this map kind of thinking like, well, they didn't really leave any room to build off this way or this way, even on their own screen. So should we go that way? 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go 2, 3, 4 because it costs 1 extra to get out of the water. So that's all of that. And we will interact with the door for 1 action. Or wait, first let me see if they say different things. Painful emotions are locked behind this door, but Galadin... Oh, it's only Galadin. That's right. I was trying to think if maybe there's like one I could get a clue on. It might be might or agility or will or whatever to open it, but just go like this. Galadin chooses the door and opens it. Remove the door. Galadin's slumbering form walks forward, slow but sure. Move this explore token. To right there, and then we have to remove the door. Uh-oh. Galadin pushes the door open. Nothingness lies beyond, but he feels a new presence in the room, bolstering his other foes. Spawn a zealot named Anxiety. Okay, so we need an orange zealot. Right there. We have already moved. So what was the feat again? Undamaged enemy with your blades. I'm pretty sure we can see that spot, because like center of that one to center of that one should be okay. Yeah. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a fatigue. During your turn, shift 1. I'm going to move 1 next to the zealot. I'm going to use my flip to switch to mirror blades. And we lose all these tokens. Oh, we use the flip one, I guess. And then I will work towards my... Oh, and he's weak to slash too. I'll work towards my feet by attacking this undamaged foe with my blades. And we got a surge. So the surge here says during your attack add 2 successes. If there are no heroes adjacent to you, add 3 instead. So that's going to be 3 successes. And you know what? We can add a fatigue to our prowess card here. After you roll, if you rolled a surge, add 1 success. So that's 4 successes. Any statuses we need to apply? I don't think so. 15 damage. Blocked 1. Yep, and be aggressive. We got progress towards the feet. I think we're done. Okay, darkness phase, infection, and... Oh, no, wait, no. That's fine, I've got the endurance potion. I'll just get a wound, it's fine. Okay, infection's gonna take me down to 1. Discard fatigue. I want fatigue off of here, and I want fatigue off of here. Okay, the Fae. After the defense, a target, still Bryn, one focus token or suffer 2 fatigue. It should be impeded though because it's next to me. Doesn't really matter. It can shift up towards, well, just in case it doesn't. We'll go 1 that way. I'm assuming it'll move because it wants to get in, it wants to get range. But it's impeded, so I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. So Bryn's defensive roll here is a success and a surge. I'm gonna re-roll that. Okay, 3 successes off of 5 is 2 damage, so 8 down to 6. And then we have to throw away a focus token. Okay, and then anxiety. Oh, it's gonna make the Fae recover. It's gonna get as much distance as possible for a range of 3. And then base attack of 4. 2 successes is 2 damage. I can't do anything about that, so we will get wounded. I am going to play the Endurance Potion after you or Jason Hero is wounded. They set their health dial to 2 greater than their maximum health. Discard 2 fatigue and prepare 1 card. So I'll go up to 12 hit points. Discard 2 fatigue and we can prepare a card. Let's prepare our hero card. And then we got to tell the system that we were wounded. Wound Galadin? Yes. Galadin gets the slowed injury, so his movement becomes 3, I think. Yeah, so slowed says reduce your speed by 1. Okay, so we're slowed, and this helps me remember that. Is a 3 instead of a 4. Okay, I think we're good there. Resume the activation, and I think we're done. Oh boy. A wolf shows up here. Okay. Laurel makes a sign for preparing to strike. 1 hero other than Galadin may prepare 1 card. Yes, our hero card. Each enemy shifts 3 toward this Explorer token. Then Galadin suffers 1 for each enemy adjacent. So does it have to move the full? I think so, or is it like, do I get to pick the order? Because they would be 1, 2, 3. Like they both get there, that's fine. We'll just take 2 damage for the 2 enemies. Okay, now it is our turn. How many hit points does the Fae have now? 5. Can I go during the darkness phase? It doesn't say that I can't walk over this token. Okay, Galadin's going to go first. Or I'm sorry, Bryn's going to go first. I'm going to flip. I'm going to use the action that's on this side, Shift 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, that's kind of a bummer. I can stand on tokens. But if that's supposed to be Galadin, we shouldn't be able to share a space. I was trying to get closer to this. And I guess we'll stop there. Then I get a free attack connected with this action, so I'm going to try to wipe out the Fae. 2 successes and 2 advantages. Let's go to here. Bryn is on the Warhammer. There any attacks? Scar 1 card for each advantage converted. Well, this is a bummer. Oh, but it's weak, so we're good. I don't think I need to convert any advantages. So I'll just go with the 2 successes. Yep.
This one's down. They have taken much. Now
Following has been added to your inventory: 9 metal from an alien blade. Remove the Fae. Okay, now that should be a new creature for the
This is
skull.
ours by right of salvage.
We got the miasma grenade recipe. Cool. And while we're standing here, we might as well attack the wolf. After the attack's enemy shifts 1 towards you, then if it's adjacent to you, suffer 1 fatigue on each of your skills. Our skill is fatigued out. That's a bummer. Okay, well, let's attack. We got 3 successes. Oh, after the attack, I had to flip my card. I think it's just straight up 3. I don't think there's anything else I can do about that. Seven damage. Okay, so I cannot suffer on my skill anymore, so I have to take a damage. So I go to 5. And then that's Bryn done. Now Galadin's turn. Galadin is on the mirror blades. It's only going to get 3 speed because of that. 2 actions. We will go 1, 2, and then we become impeded and lose the rest of our movement. And use our blades on the zealot. We don't really need to worry about this too much because it's such low hit points. So that's 2 successes, and with the weakness, it should be gone.
Always another enemy.
And the bracers. Okay, Galadin may focus 2 cards. I don't have 2 cards that can focus. Only 1. And we have to remove the zealot. Okay, I'm going to use the ability here again to shift 1 to this door and interact with it. Remove the door. Move Galadin. It says Galadin's slumbering form walks forward, slow but sure. And then Galadin opens the door to find only a solid wall and the nagging sense that something is ready to tear him apart any moment. Spawn a green wolf. Anger. Right there. That's it, unless I want to flip. I think I will to get rid of the infection. And I can also expose that wolf. Okay. And then our turn is done. Or the hero phase is done, I mean. Infection and terror, none. We'll get rid of this. Okay, the wolf. Before the defense, if the target is wounded, each other hero suffers 2 fatigue. Well, Bryn is not wounded yet. It is already adjacent to her. So Bryn will just roll her defense. That's 3 successes. I could take the fatigue to add a success and then just not take any damage. Yeah, I'll do that. I can use her ability to add 1 success to my defense and then just not take any damage. Galadin, so 3. Before the defense, if the target is wounded, each other hero suffers 2 fatigue. It's kind of a bummer. Because Galadin is wounded. And 3. So we got 2 natural successes. And 2 advantages. I will take a fatigue to convert one of those to 3 successes to just block all the damage. Each hero other than Galadin can focus a card. Each enemy shifts toward this Explorer token. It's already adjacent to the Explorer token. Then Galadin suffers 1 damage because there's an enemy. Is it going to spawn another enemy now? It did not. Interesting. Okay. Do I want Galadin to go first? I think I'll stick with Bryn going first. I wish I could have prepared a card. So what I'm going to do here actually is I'll do my attacks first. So let's attack. The Elderborn Wolf is the orange one, yeah. With the hammer. I should have got rid of this fatigue. That was dumb. Yeah, that was a mistake. Because I'm going to take more damage. 3 successes. It's only 9 damage. Having to add that fatigue up there, I was hoping to be able to add some successes. So that's 1. I have to suffer a damage because I cannot put fatigue on here. And I guess we just attack again. already did that. This will help my feet, but there's no way, I don't think I can kill this thing unless I get a surge or something. Well, if I had room for fatigue, but I don't. So 2 successes and 2 advantages. We got room for 1, but 3 gives me 9 damage, isn't going to do it, so I'm just not going to add the fatigue. So just 2 successes. Ooh, we blocked 2. And I gotta suffer another damage because I don't have room for the fatigue. Then I'm gonna get my movement points. I only get 1 because I'm impeded, and I'm gonna move to right here. I think that blocks that diagonal off. So when the wolf shifts, it'll have to move around me. And maybe Galladin will move if I can get this door open. Okay, so Galladin's turn. We'll get our 2 action points. We're just going to spend 1 right away and attack with the mirror blades on the wolf in front of me. Come on, surge. Nope, we got a success and an advantage. I'm going to spin this reroll. I really want surge symbols with this blue dice. Oh, it's the same thing. I'm spinning another one, and I'm switching to the other die. And it's just a straight up 2 successes. Oh, I said it last time and I forgot to do it. I'm going to spin the 3 fatigue to expose the enemy in my line of sight. And I just get straight up 2 successes. Don't think there's anything else I can do to add to this because I did not roll a surge. Okay. 10 damage. 2 weakness, 2 exposed, 0 blocked. After the attack, this enemy shifts 1 space towards you. It's already next to me, and I suffer a damage. So 8. We'll go again and hope we actually roll a surge this time. We did not. We got a success and an advantage. And there's nothing I can do about it. I really don't want to take the fatigue on here unless that's the one I take off. Okay, that'll be the one I take off. So 2 successes. Oh, I forgot about the bracers. Oh man, it's 2 away from being eliminated. And I gotta suffer the damage, so 7. Okay, I'll get my movement point because I'm impeded, and I'm just going to move 1 closer to the door this way. So many surges on these blue 12-sided dice, and I can't roll 1 for the life of me. So that failed. That attempt failed. So anything else I want to do? Do I want to heal? I think I'm good at 7. 10 is my maximum. I've taken 8 damage in 1 turn, though, actually. We'll end the hero phase. We've got no infection and no terror. I'm taking fatigue off of here. No, that wolf is going to be gone. I'm actually not worried about it anymore. I want this to be open to add a success for defense, and I'll take this fatigue off right here. Okay, so Anger's going to go first. It's already next to me. It's not a ranged attacker. Before the defense, if the target is wounded... Oh, wait. I am wounded. So that's 1, and then suffers 1. Oh, no, this has a room of 3, so still at 3 hit points, but now full up on fatigue. That is a bummer. We'll roll the attack against Galadin. 3 successes, so no damage. Then the orange one will attack with a strength of 4. Bryn is not wounded, so Galadin does not suffer 2 fatigue. We got 3 successes. I don't have anything else that can help me with defense, so I take a damage. We can focus a card. The enemy shifts 3. 1, 2. And then damages Galadin. Okay, no other enemies were created. I think I will have Bren go first. And we'll attack the wolf. Should I be flipping anything? I don't think so. We got 3 successes. I don't know if this is going to do it. And I was like all confident about not needing to take the fatigue off of here. Yep. Okay, so we're going to suffer a damage because we can't put anything on there. And then we'll just attack it again to get rid of it. This might advance our feet. It's only got 2 hit points left. 2 successes, it could block 2. That'll be fine.
I will not fail again.
Yeah, double jeopardy. That advanced it. That's good. Remove the wolf. Now she's going to take her maneuver action and get her 3 points. What happens with the poison? We have to infect a card. If we infect a card, we will will we die? Galadin gets to go next. Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to move to here with my points and stop. Okay, Galadin gets to go. I'm just going to attack this wolf with our mirror blades for our first action. A surge and an advantage. We don't need the advantage. We've got the surge that gives us 3 successes here. I don't even need to add this, so that's plenty.
I won't stop until the end.
Galadin's anger sizzles and bursts into steam. Anger serves a purpose, true, but it can also be blinding. Galadin may place 1 fatigue on a card to prepare that card. Bummer. I want to prepare this one, but I don't have any room to add fatigue. I was hoping with that much overkill that we would get some items or something, but I guess not. Okay, so Galadin will get his 3 movement points, use 1 to go there next to the door. He's got 2 left, and then use this to interact with that door. Remove Move the door. As Galadin opens the door, the world forest falls out from under him. Remove tiles 10B and 14B and all terrain and figures on them. Okay. So all of this stuff goes away. Are we going to get a new place? Move the Explorer token to here. Galadin doesn't remember stepping through the door, but finds himself on new ground in some kind of shrine. The stonework is pristine. The night sky above alight with stars. Sigils around a stone altar read the same as on the gate in the forest. Baelzafar. Place tile 13B, one archway, and one large table. Farther, so they're off. 12, 13. Just gonna put it right here. Archway, right there. Table, right there. Place Galadin on the highlighted space, which is right there. This tile's in the dream, we know that stuff. Before Galadin stands a Uthuk. The Uthuk stares at Galadin, mouth agape, confused. Then he readies a fighting stance. Spawn an orange, dreaming vagabond. So it is one of these guys. We will take orange from the Fae. These guys like the Berserkers or something like that. Right next to the table. Ooh, and the dense fog on the marsh parts like waking from a dream. Across the mire you see the remains of an old shrine. Place tile 12B, one archway, and one large table. This. I don't think we're going to need to get to those back two squares, but if we do, I will move it. Because the table's kind of blocking it off. This table. The other archway goes like that. Standing within the shrine, you see a single Uthuk, the one Laurel called the Vagabond. The Uthuk turns to face you, and you see that his eyes are closed. He raises his weapons, and you feel that he senses your presence. He is riddled with enough cuts and bruises to incapacitate a normal Uthuk, likely from his earlier confrontation with Laurel. Do not be fooled, shouts Laurel. The Vagabond is guided by his demonic master. His abilities are beyond that of a normal Uthuk warrior. Spawn a dreaming vagabond. So it's the same kind of enemy that we have in the dream. So we need another Berserker. And a green tile thingy to go under his space. In front of the table. Okay. In the waking world, Laurel signals to begin the attack on the Vagabond just as the Uthuk charges with astounding speed. In the dream, Galadin faces down the dreaming Uthuk. Final objective, defeat the vagabond in Galadin's dream and in the waking world. Okay, so we are, unfortunately, out of moves. Except that I'm going to use this Vigor Potion to heal back up to 9. And then I think we're done. Okay, we have no infection or terror. Let's get rid of this and one off of here. Okay, the Dreaming Vagabond, the orange one. Let's go after Galadin. Obviously, after the defense, the Berserker shifts 1 toward and attacks a second hero if possible. But there's not, so it can move 4. Oh, you know what? I had 2 movement left. I actually want to get closer to that table. I'm going to say I did this during my turn. So it doesn't need to move. Whoa, 6 attack. Okay. 2 successes. Makes 4 damage. Down to 5. And the green one. 5 movement towards Bryn. After the defense, Bryn shifts 2 spaces toward the nearest poison space. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it went through poison. How do I do this? It's the green one. What happens if they go through poison? I might have to do that in a minute. But it's not close enough to attack me. So I think we're good. Oh no. And another wolf? Man, I really want to know what's in this treasure chest, but that might not be... Ooh, I can prepare a card. And then we're already next to Galadin, so Galadin's going to take a damage. Or not we, but that guy is. Oh, and this enemy shifts 1, 2, 3. Man, I don't think I'm going to get to that treasure chest. The Dreaming Vagabond howls, wide eyes gazing at Galadin with unfathomable rage. Okay, hero phase. So what does this say? If an enemy moves into a poison space, the enemy becomes enfeebled. Yeah. So the green one. $150? He can't become enfeebled? We need to kill the one in the dream first, obviously. So I guess we'll just have Galadin go first. Using up the first of the actions to attack. And we're on the mirror blades. This enemy's damage is permanently increased by 1. Come on, we need a surge here. Ah, man, 2 successes. Well, at least that'll trigger the bloodthirsty bracers. And we'll just go again. We really need surge. Come on, die. 1 and an advantage. Okay, 150 health. I don't think I'm even going to waste my time, right? I'm going to risk it. Bryn has not been wounded yet, so Bryn will go into there. I will put the infection on this card. Wait, hold on. Galadin has gone. Bryn gets 2 actions and 3 movement. We use 1 to take that step and get infected. Now I'm going to use this prepare to flip this thing, get rid of this infection. And interact with the chest. Test insight. Okay, we get, -1. Well, we got 5. And there's nothing else we can do, so 4. And I'm doing it again. Ooh, look at that. 6 -1 is 5 more.
They have taken much.
All right, we got it
Now
open.
take it
9
back.
metal, 9 cloth, and 9 herbs. Give me something else. No. I hope that was worth it. Then 1, 2, 3. I've got 2 movement left. I'm going to go 1, 2 and try to keep this wolf from getting over towards Galadin's body. I mean, this thing's got so much health that you must have to take this thing out in order to beat this thing. I'm hoping. Okay, I think that's the end of the hero phase. Okay, we got rid of the infection. We can get rid of fatigue. Okay, now the green one, targeting Bryn. Moving 4. 1, 2, 3. Attack of 5. I think Bryn is in a world of hurt here. 2. Yes, so Bryn's going to become wounded. We'll go back to 10. Wound Bryn, yes. Hesitant. After you flip a card, suffer a fatigue. After the defense, Bryn shifts 2 spaces toward the nearest poison space. Or no, this is the nearest one, so 1. And infect that. that done. The wolf. Before the defense, if the target hero is wounded, each other hero suffers 2 fatigue. Because she's wounded now. The wolf moves up. It also has an attack of 5. So 2 is 3 damage. And then the fight with Galadin. After the defense, the Berserker shifts 1 toward and attacks a second hero if possible, but it's not possible. So Galadin rolls 2. So that's 3 damage. So down to 1. Galadin might take his second wound. Because these guys are going to shift up here and attack. Each hero other than Galadin may focus a card. Each enemy shifts 3 toward the Explorer token. One, 2, 3. And... okay, they each do a damage. Your foes hunt for a weakness they cannot find. No enemy tactics. Okay, so I need to wound Galadin.
This may be the end.
Galadin must flip their injury card. Hobbled, reduce your speed by 1. After you shift for the first time each round, suffer 2 fatigue. So shifting is not a good idea. And we're... okay. It is our turn. So now Galadin's going to go and attack the guy in the dream. The Dreaming Vagabond. With the Mirror Blades. Come on, Surge. Finally, we got a Surge. During your attack, if there are no heroes adjacent to you, add 3 successes. Wow, that fatigue is blocking that, though. Oop, that's 1. So 3 successes.
1 less threat.
12 damage. Dreaming Vagabond falls against Baelsaphar's altar. He looks at Galadin through bloodshot, confused eyes, and Galadin can practically see the dream world spinning around the Vagabond. Then, in a blink, the Vagabond is gone. Remove the orange Dreaming Vagabond. Please do damage to the guy on the outside. The demonic shrine rattles and starts to waver unnaturally. The dream is ending, but Galadin is not alone. The presence of something infernal is unmistakable to a far ranger. What business do you have with me, demon? Galadin asks the void around him. A name flashes through Galadin's mind like the briefly remembered stench of a dead animal, Baelsaphar. And then the dream ends. Remove Galadin from the map, remove Tile 13B and all terrain on it. Galadin, 13B and all terrain. Back in the waking world, the terrifying Uthuk warrior jolts awake. He blinks several times at Laurel and at Galadin's party, and at the carnage around him. He suddenly sags when he becomes aware of his injuries, but manages to stay on his feet. The Dreaming Vagabond suffers 100 damage, and his defense is reduced. Thank goodness, Galadin's slumbering form stands straighter, and Galadin realizes he is once more in the waking world, though the surroundings look not unlike the place he had found himself in the dream. Laurel sees that his eyes are open and quickly signs, "Are you all right?" Galadin nods. The fight's not over yet. Place Galadin on or adjacent to this Explorer token. Then discard this Explorer token. On or adjacent to, we will go on it so we can attack the Vagabond. Because we've got an action left, and we have not used our movement yet. Okay, so I think we'll just attack the Vagabond. We got to get rid of this guy. our mirror blades. Come on, surge. Yes, we got a success and a surge. There are no heroes adjacent to us. That's 4 successes. $18 damage, and it's weak against slash. After you attack, this enemy shifts 1 towards you. But we are already next to it. Okay, come on, Bryn. It's your turn. We are going to do this action so we can shift 3. 1, 2, 3. We don't have to worry about impeding because we're shifting. I want to be next to that tree and the vagabond. Then I get to attack. After the attack, I flip the card. So we attack with a black die. We got a success and a surge. I'm going to re-roll that. We got a success and 2 fatigue, or 2 advantages. Okay, so since we're going to flip anyway, I'm going to convert 1 advantage and another advantage for a total of 4 successes. Then I flip this card just so I don't forget. 4 successes. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 4. 12 damage. Didn't block any. It does not need to shift 1 towards me. We're not going to get 20 damage in here. So where am I at on the feet? 3 out of 5. Okay, we'll do it again for the last action so we can trigger the feet advancing. We got the same thing, so we're going to take 2 fatigue here again and did 4. Do I want to do that, or do I want to try to hit it twice next turn? 2 would give me 6. That would leave it with 14. I think I'm going to be smart. I'm not going to do that. I want to try to trigger the feat again next turn, so I'm only going to take the two successes I rolled on there. You or another hero who has already taken their turn may focus a card. Let's give Galadin a reroll. It does not need to shift, it's already next to me. Double Jeopardy triggered. We don't need to use our movement. I think we're good. Infection and terror is none. Fatigue and fatigue. Okay, so he's going to go after Galadin. After the defense, Streaming Vagabond shifts 2 toward and attacks a second hero if possible. It doesn't need to. Okay, so Galadin gets 2 natural and 1 fatigue or 1 advantage. I'll use the advantage to make it 3 successes, so 4 damage. So down to 6. And then it's going to, doesn't need to shift, it's going to attack Bryn. Bryn blocks 2, so takes 5 damage. Who, before the defense of the target is wounded, each other hero suffers 2 fatigue. Oh man, can Galadin survive this? Yeah, 4. Okay, so Galadin rolls this. So 2. No, so on the ring mail, a surge is during your defense, add a success and discard a fatigue. So let's discard this fatigue. That's 2 successes, so 2 damage, so down to 4. Okay. Laurel takes aim and fires an arrow at your foes. The Elderborn Wolf suffers 8 damage. Though painted red by a dozen wounds, the Dreaming Vagabond shows no sign of slowing and displays determination beyond measure. Now 14 damage. How many successes does Bryn have to get to do 14 damage? With 3, it has 1 defense. So 5. Can I get 5 successes across 2 with 2 rerolls? I think so. This is going to be kind of a gamble. But I'm going to have Galladin go first. I'm not even going to get the tokens out because I'm just going to interact with the tree twice. To pick fruit. To heal 2, so back to 6. And then with the tree, to forage the plants. 3 herbs and 2 umbros. Man, I hope that was worth it. Okay, now Bryn. Bryn's going to use the first to attack. With the hammer. Okay, so that's 2 and 2 advantages, and I'm going to take advantage of those advantages. 1 there and 1 there for a total of 4 successes. I can focus a card for another reroll. The Dreaming Vagabond has 2 hit points left. It does not need to shift, it's already next to me. And we will attack again. This came down to the wire. I don't need to use those advantages. I don't have any fatigue space left to do it anyway. So that's 2. Ooh, it's got 3 potential blocks here. That's 6 damage, 3, it's still gonna go away. Okay, so 2 successes.
This one's down.
Vagabond stumbles and falls, no longer connected to the demonic aid that sustained him beyond normal limits. Seeing this foe fall, what others remain scatter into the forest. The battle is
Good.
over.
Grab it and keep moving.
We get a Wanderer's Stone. Okay. Laurel walks over to Galladin. Welcome back, she signs. Glad to see you in one piece. I had a very restful nap, Galladin replies, expression grim. Laurel noticed that something is amiss. We just felled a powerful foe, but you don't look happy about it. In the dream, I saw a name. Balzafar. Galladin gives a small shake of his head. It's not a name I know, but it feels somehow familiar. Laurel casts her gaze downward a moment, considering how much to say. I've seen it. Red Star mentioned Balzafar in her last letter. She'd been having nightmares. Laurel sees Galladin's expression turn darker. She didn't tell you? No. The more Galladin thinks about this, the more his sorrow turns to fury. If she was dreaming of Balzafar, then he must be the demon that killed her, that killed all of my friends. We could hunt Balzafar together, Laurel offers. I've heard whispers of other infernal activity beyond Forthan's borders. They may be false leads, but if there is any chance to fight the demon, I think we must pursue it. Galladin considers for a moment. True, he and Laurel could be a dangerous pairing, but Galladin chooses. He wants to stay with his new companions, or he does not wish to abandon the trail he is following. He wants to, you know what, I can zoom in. He wants to stay with his new companions. I wish to stay with my new friends, Galladin says, additionally signing, believe it or not. He looks back at the party. We will face this Balzafar together. I understand, Laurel says. Loyal companions are a rare and powerful gift. With them at your side, no demon can stop you. Avenge Red Star for me. The heroes win.
If we aren't dead, then this is a victory.
Galladin stares intently at the dead Uthuk monstrosity, his breath ragged. Laurel steps into his field of view. She signs rapidly, speaking aloud for the benefit of the others as she does so. He's dead. We won. We won here, but Necrul and her demon may already have the information they need. Don't think like that. You can't just give up because failure is possible. You might be right. All right, fine. This is a victory. This creature was looking for something. Someplace the veil is thin. It must have something to do with her ritual. We've killed the creature, so she'll have to choose somewhere it has already been. I can track it back, give you a list of those places. Good. And the rest of us? Are you talking with your hands? Yes. That could be useful. Could you teach us? You want me to teach you the private language of my people? How Far Rangers and the deaf communicate without speaking? I say you do it. Wouldn't it be nice if your friends learned how to sign properly so you didn't have to read lips all the time? They're not my... let's go home. Quest completed. What is that? 0 out of 6 and 0 out of 5? Got lots of stuff, but no gold. Okay, we'll see what this trek back... Okay. You're passing by a crowd when an angry gnome threatens a dwarf. I know you took it. I saw you. Search me, please, a dwarf responds, giving you a wink. You continue on, but an hour later, find what you assume is a stolen item in your pocket. The following has been added to your inventory to be used later. 20 herbs from some gloaming mold. Just get back into Frostgate here. See if there's a story. No. Actually, let's look at this, though. Feats. We completed this feat.
Hammer, I will not fail.
Open a door or a gate before any hero attacks or interacts during a round. Or deal damage to zealots and bandits with your attacks. We can get the... Oh, we can get another skill. Yes, I want a new skill. Okay, this has been a long one. I'm going to call that an episode. Next time we'll come back and see all the stuff that we got and go on to see if there's any other events outside. I hope you're enjoying this playthrough of Descent and everything I post on this channel, and I'll see you in the next one.